At 10:30 p.m., a loud boom rattled through the neighborhood, and in mere seconds, the remains of the Surfside high-rise crashed to the ground. Crews prepared for the demolition in just 2 days. Officials had stressed concerns the structure was at risk of falling and could be further damaged by Tropical Storm Elsa. They say teams will now be able to search for victims in parts of the rubble that were previously off limits.
We will have our first responders back on the pile to immediately resume their work.
In an emergency hearing less than an hour before the demolition, a judge denied a homeowner's request to re-enter the building to search for her cat. Officials say they used drones and thermal imaging to find life with little success. But they acknowledge tearing down the high-rise represents another loss for residents.
We have families that have their life's possessions in those units. We had families that had their life possessions in the units that were destroyed. So this is really just a continuation of the tragedy.
Destroying the building will also affect the investigation into what caused the initial collapse, says Alan Kilzheimer, the forensic engineering expert hired by Surfside.
It'll complicate it some because we will have to do it from new debris rather than from what's standing in the air.
He says the remnants of the building will be removed so they can be examined and tested, clearing the way for more work at the site.
Once the area is clear, we're going to be wanting to take samples of the soil below, and we want to dig pits down to look at the foundations.
One survivor we spoke with who lived in this section that was just demolished said they were urged not to watch the demolition, not only because they would see their belongings destroyed, but because it could trigger trauma from the night of the disaster. MANUEL BOJORQUEZ, CBS News, Surfside, Florida.